Fox here. Today we are not going to talk about the college football 26 beta. In fact, we are talking about the 1996 version of Tecmo Super Bowl. So our comments and phrases will be based just off of that and not college football 26 beta. So just keep that in mind, okay? So overall thoughts on the beta, knowing it's a beta now. I thought it was good. Way more additions to the game than I thought or expected. So shout out to the studio there at EA for adding some well-asked-for things. And I talked about it in my first breakdown of just their blog. And I saw more in the actual game than I saw on the blog. So that's a positive spin. And I can tell, the game's solid overall because the online discussion around the overpowered plays in the game, it's like, why sail? Why sail? A flat, a corner, a streak, and a backside dig, and it's overpowered. I'm like, buddy, that's just football, okay? I do like, the one thing I will say positive, I do like how they kind of give us, like, the known issues in Tecmo Super Bowl 96 when breaking it down. Sorry, it's really miniature screens right now for spoiler reasons. But I will say, though, reminder, I'm going to briefly talk about the good and then talk extensively about the bad. So it's going to be kind of like, sorry to stab the knife into the chest as we're saving Private Ryan. It's a really slow and awful scene, and that's what's going to happen in this video right here as we talk about the negatives. All right. The worst thing in the entire game is the wall hack ability called Field General. Not sure why it's still in football games. Apparently, the people that make the games, Madden, college football, don't play online head-to-head and any sort of game, right? Like, giving somebody on one side the cheat, it feels good for them, but on the other side, it feels terrible, right? Like MLB The Show. You got people out here basically saying, oh, yeah, it's okay that people are cheating. Anybody can cheat with an AI that hits everything perfect all the time. It's like, yeah, you can just kind of say anything you want and any justification for anything in the world ever. That doesn't make it the right justification, okay? And I'm not even gonna make an analogy on that one. We'll just leave that out there for you guys. I just don't understand why the entire game is knowing what the defense is running, but now they took it away, or knowing what they're blitzing. Oh, but sometimes it's wrong, Fox. I don't care. Make the game the game. The game is trying to find the holes in the defense and exploit it, okay? All right, so that's the only game-ruining thing in the game right now, okay? So let's go through first, and I got hastily organized notes here, kind of just as I was playing, I was writing things down. New archetypes in 1996 Tecmo Super Bowl are cool. Gadget contested specialists for like receivers, for example, as you're recruiting them. That's neat. Really good job. Much more like sorting for recruiting, but like they talked about a little bit of this stuff. I thought it was neat. So I could go in. Could you do this last year? I never played as command. I just played like offline. You could go in and change your ratings on players. That's kind of neat. Adds more customization. On the other hand, I hate it. Right? It's like the One Ring, man. Like, oh, I don't know, this guy, he should have 99 spec catch. Let's just go ahead and change other. Like it's I don't know. I prefer a more pure mode, and the inability to change ratings I thought was actually kind of cool about 25. People like, oh, just have the discipline. It's like, bro, I'm not fat because I have discipline, okay? I'm fat because I don't. Just take away the ability for me to eat the sweets. Don't pick it up at the store, Foxy. All right? All right, here it is. They added a really cool thing. So you know how like every single player, there's a setting in Dynasty in Tecmo Super Bowl 1996 where you could auto, like in 25, you could auto, and it just auto progress your players, and the computer chose it. So there's a setting where you can make it manual now, and I really like that, but I wish there was like, you know how Madden, when you have the ability to upgrade an attribute, they like show it to you like on the main screen. I wish there was like something like that, maybe like a filter or some sort of threshold, like all of a sudden you get to 8 points and you have the potential to upgrade. And the problem with the college Tecmo Super Bowl is the fact that like different upgrades cost different amounts. So like increasing speed costs more than increasing like agility style. You know what I mean? So it's hard to say put it on the main page because maybe you want to keep saving your points. And then you're just kind of annoyed by having it constantly like flashing or red or whatever. All right, let's get into gameplay. I still like the addition of manual progression. That was something I sorely missed. It's not in a great state for online balance, okay? It's a beta. It's a beta, and none of these problems are damning long term. Okay, quarterbacks being bad, attribute problem. I don't know what it was. It was not fun. Man was way too overpowered. Like, you could call press man, and like, because of how bad like fades and some of the routes are, like one-on-one with no over-the-top help and press man, it's crazy. And it actually worked because like the man coverage was so close, even on slants, zigs, drag, like the normal man beaters. Like, I don't know how a guy can play a corner route as effectively as a post pattern as much as a slant, and it blew my mind because like oftentimes it had a combination of factors, not the quarterbacks being bad. So like, say your guy in a slant even had a step, which like the only slants that worked for me were tight end slants. So I had to go 2 tight end formations and slant them both ways, and then like the user would take one away. It's terrible. But like, even when you got like a step on the coverage, either the quarterback's bad, throws it even a slight bit behind the guy and intercepted, or it went to your guy, hit him in the hands, but then he got like hit from behind a little bit. And because he got hit from behind, he also drops it there. So man coverage had way too much power level. I thought the pursuit was terrible. I saw people online saying pursuit was better in the beta than it was previously. I did not think it was good at all. Running is too good. I'll get to that in a second. Players can chuck up balls, come down with a too high rate. So like in zone coverage a lot of times, and like just throwing the ball up 60 yards and being able to catch it, it's realistic. Don't get me wrong. It is. And for an online competitive game, though, it's not good because there's not a lot of skill happening right there. Like, you just trigger a better animation than me. Like, you're like, oh, that's skill fox. It's like, it doesn't feel good when it happens to you. It feels okay when you're doing it, right? And your opponent's getting like the wonky, like, oh, like wavy inflatable man animation, or like he like reaches out but can't reach him because you get a bad. So like overall, there's a little bit too much of that, and maybe the defenders don't do enough breaking up passes, okay? And then like one thing is weird to me, the game felt slow, and I probably should put this first. What? Right? Like Madden just came out and said, okay, we were dumb for having a slow, realistic in quotation marks, movement. People love CFB, and then what did CFB go and do? They slowed them down? Go back. I wanted arcadey. Stop. We're going the wrong way. Like, what? This is a one-way street. You're heading the wrong way, okay? I get it. You're in a kill dozer, so you can do what you want, but let's please turn this around and go with the flow of traffic. Let's go back to more fun arcadey movement. It's more enjoyable for me personally. Now, if you guys feel differently on any of this, put it in the comments. That it's totally fine. For me, I like the video gamey aspect of movement. Because I'll get to this in a little bit actually. Let me save that point for a second. The safety alignment thing is awesome. Okay? Now I'm going through and blowing all the negatives, but I cannot say enough how cool that you can put your safeties near the line of scrimmage. I would feel like there's no reason to keep them back. So really the safety alignment's going to be all people putting their stuff 5 to 8 yards within the line of scrimmage. There's 2 different settings for that. You could go deeper even still. So people no longer have to come out in the double safety blitz. It will just always be in double safety blitz. So that way, like, formations that don't have the double safety blitz are much more usable. But I will say there might be, just like there was last year, major balancing problems if they don't get beat over the top and they play the run exceedingly well, like they're new linebackers. So like something like play action against the play rec rating, and then I can bomb you over the top. Like say, like the safety's there 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, and you think you're in the box, and if the quarterback's like almost handing the ball off, they might take a false step, and that's enough. That should be for the slot or the tight end to get over top of them, because the momentum, I know Madden and games is different. Like you can like always cut really fast in these games and change momentum. Like it doesn't matter in coverage too often, but like one false step should get you dead, right? So obviously play rec rating. Now the issue is like later in the game mode and like cut when they get like 99 play rec, then they come into the same balancing issues. No play actions will beat it over top, and that's what happened in Madden. Like in December when people were doing this, I was running play action in Madden, and I was popping over the top with streaks. Now I could not do that come March. And now that's why it's everywhere still. People are using the same double safety blitz type stuff. So play action just doesn't work. So whatever they want to do, they need to balance it somehow as far as getting popped over the top because of how effective the double safety in the box is. I don't know why onside kicks are so good. Every year there's a new exploit. The one good thing about Madden is the actual NFL rules taking out onside kicks for like the first 3 quarters. Now I think it's back actually, which makes Madden worse. They just changed the rules this year. The fact that onside kicks are recoverable like 30% of the time it's unrealistic and it's not fun gameplay, right? When your best defense is trying to like just kick an onside kick every time, it's like, can we not? Can we not? Because there's always new ways. You see those videos every year. Oh, how to automatically recover all your onside kicks. It's all, but it's like, 40%, 30%. Still, they need to nerf onside kick effectiveness. It's been bad for years in these games. People hurrying up every play needs to get nerfed. They need to, I think on a hurry up, maybe wear and tear should be increased by 50%. Stamina decrease needs to go up too. There needs to be serious disincentives because of like the way the game plays and how quickly you can quick snap something is completely unbalanced online. Also, like the auto menu popping up, it's different than Madden, so I hate it because it's different between the two games, but it's not a serious change that they need to be focused on making before the change of the game or the game comes out. This is something though. Why is QB contain not RB? Like one of the I was like for one whole game I was like, I can't keep this guy in the pocket. What's going on? I did RB and I pulled up like, whoa, what happened? I didn't know where contain was. So after that game I had to go to practice mode. It's RB. Nah, dude. Bring it back, dude. Give me RB again, please, as best as you can. College football Madden, can we keep our like audibles? Because generally I'll play college football Madden on the same day, and if the buttons are different between the two, the muscle memory gets screwed up. It destroys my entire life. It's just rage filled because it's been RB for as long as I can remember. We need to bring it back if at all, please. All right, about the run. The D-line sucks. It really sucks in this year's game, okay? But they nerfed ball carrier moves. Now, I did not use abilities. Although I know there's like dynamic abilities. I never really got much of that to trigger. But ball carrier moves, let me keep going through it, and then I'll get my thoughts here. I believe it's the wrong way to do it. Running should be good because of the user skills, and I don't love that the game isn't fun at base. By fun, I'll talk about in a second. CVU should get tricked easy to make people click on. Worst use of football is click off meta. So what is the biggest shot of dopamine each side of the ball in football games? Making a dude miss, like breaking their ankles or running over faces on offense, and then user picks on defense. So I want a run game good because you are good at running the ball with your sticks, right? I don't want the run game good because D linemen get pushed off 4 yards on the line of scrimmage, or the holes open up where you could drive like a 747 being towed by one of those little things through. Like I don't think that's what we want as far as the run being good. We want somebody being able to read blocks, make it. Like the most frustrating thing for me, I think, on the defensive side is obviously there's ways to shoot gaps and change the AI and screw it up all years. But like the one thing I think is like when I look at the run fits and I'll look at my D linemen, they're like, all right, D lineman, this is the run fit right there. So I'm a user, I'm a run to my run fit, right? I'm a fill it. That makes conceptual sense to me. The issue is oftentimes the D linemen or whoever's in the run fit don't do their job. And because the offensive line and defensive linemen are head up on each other, I don't know which way to go because the D lineman has a responsibility. The linebacker has a responsibility. But if like the D line doesn't respect its responsibility, it makes me like think, I guess I don't respect the run gap responsibility either. So like it's been a problem. I've never played a Madden that's had really good D line like shoulder play, if that makes any sense. And it doesn't look like it's changing. I bet it's really hard to change. I'll say that. None of this stuff is easy. But that's one frustration I have with the run game. It's basically what you have to do now is to go in practice mode and find like the run shoots, right? Like every single down is the same. If they're running a base, you want to shoot it this way. If they run an inside zone, you want to shoot it this way. Pinch your D line, crash out, and then there's always a gap here. Right? Like just like there's always money in the banana stand. It's just too consistent, right? Never burn down banana stands. All right. As far as pass protection, they added Onarget Defender. Oh man, that's so cool. That's so cool. Because how often, I mean, loop blitzes will still work this next year, but like how often is like what we want to do is not block the user, because like the user getting into the gap and taking an offensive lineman's attention is what allows a lot of blitzes to come home, because the user hangs out there for a half second, then gets back or switch sticks back or whatever it is. But the ability to untarget the user because you know he's not coming, fantastic work. Really good job. I was like I said in this note, I was coming here to complain about why is there no pinch adjustment to the line yet like we used to have like 7 years ago, but I don't care, man. Untarget is probably good enough until the people start user blitzing it. But I will say about Onarget Defender, so I tried this, was like untargeting, like on a 4-man rush, like the A-gap defender. What happens is the offensive lineman will still pick it up after the snap if there's just not enough blitzers, if that makes sense. So like even though like there's a guy between the center and the guard and you untarget him, the center's going to drop back, and then if there's nobody, he's going to pick him up regardless. So I like the Onarget Defender. Incredible work there. Good idea. I did not think of that as a solution to these problems. But, you know, shout out to EA for figuring it out. But I guess that's their job. D-line pass rush with 4. I think it's a little slow. I really do. This might be rating related. It's hard. It's hard, really hard to get a good base 4-man rush. Madden struggled for years. I thought early this year, non-ability 4-man stock was pretty good. But yeah, so you want to, I think it needs to be triggered up a little bit, but like not crazy. Like don't make it come home like a half second quicker. That'd be way too much. Like maybe a 1/10 of a second quicker. Just to allow people not to like sit back there forever. Make them have to make reads against a 4-man stock, or like shift in the pocket, buy time, step up in the pocket, that kind of stuff. I got like, okay, so I only noticed this in practice mode. I actually kept forgetting to do it in game. The icons not go away when you're behind the line of scrimmage 15 yards. That was a question I had. I got no feelings on it either way. It really makes people undisciplined, right? They're able to run back 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage and don't lose the icons. Still have double pass. Yeah, there's still double pass glitches. They passed it early in this last year's game, although it still might work. I did try the early on in the season double pass, and that one didn't work. It was like the reverse one, not the reverse flea flicker, but a different sort of reverse one, and that one basically died. But there's still the double pass rail and gun trips and reverse flea flicker that causes zones to, for some reason, run to the line of scrimmage. I guess I should have moved this up near the running stuff. I ran prevent and the half. He ran the ball, and I didn't even pass commit. The pursuit was so bad he scored. Didn't even make a ball carrier move. There was not a single soul near him. So basically, on this play, I was like, what the heck? Because I decided, maybe this was a bad decision, that I was going to be an end, that I was going to rush the passer and prevent defense, and then I'll just click on to whatever he threw. So I did it. So anyways, he ran the ball, and I got blocked, obviously. It was an inside zone. He ran up the field, ran left, and the defenders that are 30 yards all collapsed to the middle. He just ran forward, ran left, ran forward, like Forrest Gump making cuts on a kickoff return. Nobody was even close to him. That's how bad the pursuit is, when I was talking about that earlier. So if I would have pass commit, I can see it because we were really slow. We would have gotten slow, and I did not pass commit, though. So there's still things to happen. Now, you will see me say earlier, right, that click off stuff is a bad idea. So, like, the CPU needs to be good at pursuit. It does not need to be good at tackling. So I want to make that clear. There's differences here. Computer, get me near the ball as effectively as possible, because I feel like the computer oftentimes like targets where the guy is and not where like he might be going or ahead or whatever. So oftentimes that's why they're always a step slow. So it's a really hard, I'm sure, math problem to figure out. Get to the guy, but where he's going, man, don't envy them. But pursuit's bad. Okay, pursuit is bad. So that's my whole point. Get me there, but let me make the tackle. Okay, because I can't control 11 guys at once. Home field advantage to online plays annoying. It's terrible. Like, I think annoying is too weak of a word. What's a stronger word than annoying? Soul crushingly awful. Awful is a good word. It's just, the gameplay is good when you're home team. When you're the away team, I hate it, man. I hate it. Okay, because here's the thing: is like, okay, so you're gonna play an away game every other game or whatever. But I don't have like a week to prep with hand signals. I'm not out here practicing with like boom boxes going on behind me so I can't hear, so I can write. Like, having these people that you are using, whether they're a freshman or whatever your cut team is online, I could not stand it, man. Like, I couldn't kick. Like, field goals are awful, which, whatever, don't kick, right? Special teams for losers. It's just not fun having the buttons go away, because when the buttons go away on your receivers down the field, you basically are pushed into a couple formations. You can't really, like, go into the depth of your playbook because you don't know if your route is A or X if you're using different formations because they're coming from different spots. So having that go away is awful. The squiggly lines is whatever. The quarterbacks being way worse quarterbacks being bad is not a fun game. Your quarterback randomly missing a pass, it happens IRL, but throwing is a skill IRL of tossing the ball. Missing a pass in a video game is not a skill. That's just an RNG hitting you. It's not good. I hope they tune that down dramatically for online play. For dynasties, yes. Yes. Perfect. Keep it. For online play, please nerf that into the ground. Please do not make playing an away game that miserable again. Because it's already you've heard this from people over the years, especially the comp scene. You're already at a big disadvantage in Madden and college playing an away game because of the connection speed. Now you're going to give me more disadvantage. So an already game that was already like 52-48 just from connections, now it's 65-35 just based off the game being the game and the randomness of who connected where. As a QB, why am I feeling vibration on my controller when everyone's blocked? I don't get that. I think QBs were just bad. Hope they're not this bad when the game actually launches. On defense, why can't I move pre-snap? So this makes it really tough to counter a lot of the jet sweeps, because like you'll be running with the jet sweep, and then for some reason the game just stops everybody, and then your player stops, but the offense player is still moving, so they easily out leverage you. I need that not to happen again. That feels bad. It's awful. Give me all control pre-snap, even when the offense is moving, because the defense can move anytime. That's the game, dude. Downfield blocking, still bad. Only thing making the run not insane right now. And the lack of skill moves like I talked about. So, like I said, it's backwards. Make the left stick, make the user the reason why the run's good and not necessarily because of the game. So, downfield blocking is still a major frustration on a whole lot of plays. This is more run stuff. O-line dominant, D-line this for years, man. It reminds me a bit of Madden 20. Yeah. Yep, it really does. But I guess college football 25 was like this. Why can't I put a streak on the field? I perplexed why the fade route is still there, right? Man press dominates fades, and for some reason, a streak is oftentimes run by what a lot of people in the NFL call a sacrificial X. Run down the field really fast, right? The Christian Watson, or the now Golden, the new Christian Watson. I don't know. I just thought of Green Bay receiver for some reason. But like, when I'm trying to run a clear route and then a route behind it, a football concept, the reason why Y-sail is good is because there's not that like little hitch at the start. It's just straight takeoff with a slight fade. Right? Just like my hair. Need a slight fade, don't I? So, not like having the clear out, like dilly-dally at the line of scrimmage for like even just a couple steps, that completely changes the timing of football. And football is a game of inches, as we know from Al Pacino. So, please change the fade back to streak. I know they changed speed outs to outs. I actually like the change. I'm fine with that. But please let me put a streak back on the field. I beg you. And the last one is, there's a couple more. Custom zones a little tough to get in because of the lack of time pre-snap you have versus most players. I think custom zones are good, but I definitely think the safety adjustment is going to be used way more because you can do it pre-snap and you're not beggared for time prior to the quick snap coming in. So custom zones, I don't even know how they change that. You really can't, because you got to click so many buttons to get it in. Like, you can't really do it I guess you can do it pre-snap by splitting your field in half in the menus, but I don't know. The only way you can really make it better is by going back to the old style of 7 seconds pre-snap before the offense can snap it instead of now 5. They changed that like 4 years ago. They went from 7 to 5 because of fast to fun, but don't make it much more fun for the defense. And then I will say I didn't really mess around with D-line stunts as much as I'd like. I know in the notes where they said everything here, they said some of that's broken, so I'm not that worried about that. about the D-line stunts, and I wasn't that angry at not being able to mess around with them because they said they were just like kind of messed up. So I tried them a bit, but no opinion on them right now. Also, just something I noticed. So I went through all the settings page, all the everything page, and on their their controls page where they show you like what's on the controller. They add some messed up things in there. That wasn't right. But anyways, that's my review of the beta on Tecmo Super Bowl. The 1996 version, of course, not the 1991 or 1993 versions, but the 1996 beta, Tecmo Super Bowl, and not college football 26. All right, that's it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you later.